If you're a junior that's taking the May SAT and you keep hearing everyone talk about regression on Desmos and you have no idea what it means or where to use it, here's everything you need to know. First of all, regression occurs whenever we give Desmos certain information and then it gives us back an equation that best fits that information. Rather than being provided an equation and plotting points based off of that equation, we're provided points and we create an equation based off of those points. So it's in reverse. So this is the first type of regression that Desmos allows, and I like to call it default regression. It happens when you create a table and there will be a button on the side, the top left corner of that blue line that says add regression. Once you press that, it'll automatically create a regression and you can pick whether you want a linear regression, quadratic regression, exponential regression, whatever you want. And it'll automatically create an equation for you. But the thing is, this is very limiting, and I'll show you exactly how. So the second type of regression is something that I call custom regression, and it allows us to set two equivalent expressions equal to each other and have Desmos solve for the constants that are in the expression, and that gives us the answer immediately. One thing I want you to remember is that this is still regression. We are solving for the equation of best fit, but we are telling Desmos that we want this equation in that specific form, and so that's why we need to use custom regression to do it. And there are two things that stand true whenever you're using custom regression. Whenever you have a variable in your expressions, you also need to put a subscript 1. And so you can see whenever I had an x, I put x subscript 1. Whenever you have an equal sign, you also have to put a tilde instead. So I said the two expressions were equal to each other by using a tilde. But there's still one last thing that we need to recognize, and it's that Desmos thinks that x subscript 1 is a constant, which it is not. It's a variable. And so we need to tell Desmos that it's a variable. The way that we're going to do that is by using a list. And you'll see that I set x subscript 1 to a bunch of numbers. This is just to show Desmos that it's a variable. It can take on any number. But the thing is, the problem said that x has to be greater than 1, so I didn't include 1 in this list. And then we just say what's a plus b, and then it automatically gives us the answer. One thing I want you to understand is that regression isn't something that you have to master for the SAT. It's just something that helps. I've tutored students that have gotten a near perfect score without using regression at all. You don't need it.